This is Jennifer Hale, and you're listening to the Five-ish Fangirls podcast. And, I should go.
The tangents this week continue all the way to episode 383 of the Five-ish Fangirls podcast. This town will not accommodate the numerical totality of our combined mass. Welcome everyone to this week's episode of the Five-ish Fangirls podcast. So glad you joined us. Let's start off like a door for the virtual table and see who's joined us this week.
This is Brittany Belvedere.
This is Chrissy in Salt Lake City.
This is Holly from Wisconsin.
And this is Rachel in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hello. And that's one of my favorite Isacc quotes from the series so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was another one from Lamar that I thought you could have used, but this one was good. But I won't.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my.
We will get there.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will. Indeed we shall.
First, if we need to do the news, not a whole lot of news, but we got some news. Unfortunately, 10 o'clock news to start everything off.
Yeah.
That's the
Of
way
course.
we roll around here, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way 2022 rolls, apparently, or at least in the last month. Or
That's
so.
kind of what I meant as far as we, the royal we.
Oh, the royal
we.
Okay.
Yeah, we.
Royal
Yeah.
Okay.
Not we, us. We have no control over this.
No.
No.
So
We
but
would rather
yeah.
dispose of the 10 o'clock news. Thank you
Yeah,
very
really.
much.
All right, if you're anyone who went to high school in, my guess, the mid 90s to the early 2000s, the Grease Mega Mix was probably played at every like
Yes.
dance.
Yes.
So even though we are not
Function,
quite
yep.
the generation that grew up with Grease, but for whatever reason they made that Mega Mix. This is essentially a medley, and it got in the rotation for every school DJ for every dance ever.
Pretty much, yeah.
So we all kind of adjacently grew up with Grease.
Well,
Yes.
around my where I grew up, everybody loved theater, musicals, and stuff like that. So Grease was a frequently rented VHS at the if you didn't own it.
A staple.
I have the sing along version.
Well, there
So
you go.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So Olivia Newton-John, star of Grease and Xanadu, depending on your taste in film.
Mhm. Yes.
And really star of the 80s. Has passed away at the age of 73. Now her husband posted on her Facebook page letting everyone know that she passed. But of course they're asking for privacy, which is perfectly acceptable.
Of course.
But it's probably safe to assume that she probably died of breast cancer.
Yeah.
She's been fighting
Yes,
since
or-
the 90s.
Yeah. I think the latest I had heard, because I had watched Entertainment Tonight before we hopped on, and it said that she had recovered from breast cancer, but then a couple years back she got diagnosed with back cancer.
Yeah.
So,
Which
i.e., probably from the breast cancer and all
the
the
spread,
treatments.
probably.
So,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
spread. Yeah.
Yeah, because the what I had read is her last like public appearance, she had been on the Today Show, I think. I think late last year, I think maybe it was. She did an interview with Hoda Kotb, which Hoda Kotb has had breast cancer herself. And it was indicated that Olivia essentially had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer,
Wow.
so which is the worst.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, she's been fighting mostly breast cancer, but just cancer sucks in general since the 90s. She went to remission, and then it came back, and it's been a fight for a while for her. But hopefully things like the Olivia Newton-John Foundation Fund
yes,
will continue to help find better treatments and hopefully eventually a cure.
Yes.
Because breast cancer took my grandmother,
Yeah.
over 20 years ago. So, it sucks.
yeah.
Yeah. So I had to go to YouTube and watch the music video for Physical. Just because it's so 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silly,
and so tongue in cheek. And so
it's
tongue
very
in cheek.
You can't help but smile while watching it.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Well, and that was you I mean, yeah, people associate her with Grease and Sandy, and she's the sweet bubbly ray of sunshine, but that was Olivia Newton-John. She was the bubbly ray of sunshine in the entertainment world, and her video, Let's Get Physical, all that stuff. It's just like, yeah, she's a sweetheart until she gets stalled up in the leather.
Yeah. Tell me about it, stud.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't tell you how many times I watched that movie, and then when I became an adult, and I'm like, oh, that's what all that meant.
Grease, I think, is one of my earliest memories of seeing something in a movie theater.
Wow.
Cool.
So
Wow.
they brought it out. I'm sure it was probably for one of the anniversary years. I think it was Valentine's Day or something. So they're like, hey, fun love stories. So
yep. And then so you watch it as a kid, like, oh, this is cute. Then you grow up, you're like, oh my.
Yeah.
I was allowed to watch this. Yep. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like the subject matter was finally clicking in a little bit. It's like, oh,
yes.
wow.
But when you're 8, 9, 10, you're just like, oh, he's a bad boy, she's a good girl, and they're just so cute together, and the songs are great, and I'm gonna dance, summer loving, having a blast. Yeah, all that.
Yeah, pay no attention to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
if you even know what the lyrics are.
Yes.
Or what they mean, I should say.
Yeah. Comprehension.
Or how some versions got edited for ears. If you're old enough, go read the proper original lyrics to Grease Lightning. It'll make your toes curl. So you may clutch your pearls a little.
If you're of age, please.
Yes.
We are not. If you're underage, we are not going to be responsible for your parents finding out and chewing you out. That's on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, go watch Grease or Xanadu, if that's your speed.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say, oh yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that Xanadu was their jam in the day, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah. So all right, moving on to a couple of trailers, which one of these I remember being posted and I just forgot to add it to the news, and then the other one I completely missed. So thank you, Shalane, for pointing these out. She's always good about catching stuff. So yeah, we got a trailer for Andor, the Cassian Andor series in Star Wars universe.
So
that's
good.
Coming in September 21st, I think. We're getting first 3 episodes when it drops.
Oofta.
Oh dang.
Nice.
Block out a chunk of time.
Yep.
And it's going to be a decent, I think it's going to be like 12 episodes, I think, the series. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks really good. Some familiar faces in there. Both actors and characters. a certain not necessarily good or bad, just kind of gray area character played by Forrest Whitaker. Coming back. We'll see how he plays his cards, I guess.
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
in this part of the rebellion.
Mhm.
Because he wasn't playing ball much in Rogue One there for a little bit. So
No.
we'll wait and see.
Yeah,
But
he had his
so,
own angles to work on that one.
Yeah,
So we'll see if that remains in play.
Yep. So there's that. So coming, like I said, next month, September. Then also coming in September, a little earlier than that, we got a trailer for Cars on the Road, which is a Cars Pixar Universe mini series with the original, the cast, at least, who's still with us, obviously. So Larry the Cable Guy, and Owen Wilson. But it's going to be 6 episodes, and it's kind of a mini series anthology, but it's got an overreaching arc of Lightning is going to be accompanying Mater while he goes from Radiator Springs to the East Coast for Mater's sister's wedding, because apparently Mater has a sister.
Sure.
Okay.
Which is pretty much how everybody in the Cars universe in Radiator Springs reacted. Like, wait a minute. When did you have a sister, Mater?
Now, have they said who's playing the sister?
No, not that I've seen.
Because if they're going back east, and it's Mater, might I humbly suggest, given our topic this week, Dolly Parton?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm sure they've already recorded whoever it is. I'm sure whoever they got is perfectly lovely and wonderful and sweet and great. But Dolly Parton would be fun to be a car.
Yes. Or maybe Mater's mother.
Oh, or could be his mother. I'm just
She has to be
that.
related to Mater somehow.
Well, yes. I mean, they're going back east, and from the Radiator Springs. It's not for certain where it is, but I would say it's somewhere southwest, like
Nevada,
Arizona,
New Mexico.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what vibe I always got.
Southern Utah, maybe, kind of that Four Corners area. I mean, well, Route 66 went through Arizona, so but yeah, it's like so when I think back east, like I say y'all are back east, even like Wisconsin and Indiana. I'm like, why do you guys call yourselves? When I was a little kid, I was like, why is it the Midwest? No, they're east. We're the West.
Because we're midway to the West.
I know. As I got older, I realized what the connotation was. But when I first ever heard that, I was like so confused. When I was a little kid. But yeah, so in my mind, back east, that could definitely be Tennessee. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that subject. I don't think they'll follow. I don't think
I'm
they'll
pretty
take
sure it's
my
already
advice.
recorded.
Oh yes, I know. It just
sequel.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Come on, Disney. We give you all of these things for free.
Seriously.
So, but yeah, that drops on Disney Plus earlier in September. So have some little She-Hulk attorney at law, and then little Cars on the Road, and then Cassie and Andor, to get us into the fall.
Well, there you go. I will say this. I might not be watching everything that's coming out, but how everything's on streaming now, basically. But I do like that we're getting a lot of show announcements coming out in September, because September is just that nice. Okay, summer's over. We're getting back into our routines, and TV, our shows in the evenings, new stuff's coming back. Okay, life is getting back to normal. Let's just relax and enjoy the fall. So I like that September is still kind of being the month for that.
Yeah.
So. All right. Oh. Oh, that is kind of it for proper news. So, a little bit of housekeeping. Did Goodreads ever decide to cooperate?
Facebook and Goodreads are still not making nicey nice. I can go I can go onto the mobile app, but mobile app I cannot access anything to update our poll and find out the results until Facebook makes nicey nice.
Let's see. I might still have my Goodreads, like actual Goodreads login. I can check on that and see, and maybe I can get in because I am an admin on the club, on the book club.
Yes, you are.
So
yes, you
I will see if that is available, and I can just yeah. So I'll check on that and see if I can.
Sounds good.
Get the thing to work.
Cool. Yeah, and then you can take over for this month, and then if it makes you nicey nice, I can take back over for the following month.
Okay, we will see what we can do. Sounds great. Because yeah, this is annoying, but I will because I was like, wait a minute, do I still have mine? So I will check on that.
Sounds good.
Might have to reset my password because when was the last time I used that method of logging in?
Right? Like,
you know, when they give you the option for another app, I go with that because it's like, hey, one less thing I have to worry about remembering.
Right. I'm the same way. I'm like, I can't remember all these passwords, you guys.
Yep.
And then someone has a data breach, and it just ruins everybody's day. But that's a gripe for another day.
Yeah,
anyway,
dear
but
Facebook and or Goodreads, get your crap together, please.
Yes, I don't care who started it. I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah. Better behave or dagnabbit, I'm gonna turn this car around.
Yes.
Anyway. All right. Well, stay tuned, I guess, until till we know more.
Yes, we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, August might be a little wonky.
Yeah.
So,
all right. In the feeds, we have the latest episode of Gold Standard, the Oscars podcast, where we discuss terms of endearment, and it was an interesting discussion. I will give you that. I will warn you, if you're one of those people that you just, you're subscribed and you just download and you listen, that's great. We appreciate the listens. I will warn you, the episode is 5 hours long.
Holy
what?
Wow. That's your longest one, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to listen because I am like, how in the flippity flopping?
I don't know how we got it that long, to be honest with you. Usually, if we have, a guest, so you got the three of us, obviously, and then if we had a guest, obviously that adds another talking, the person had their talking points. It's somewhat the ratio of the length of the movie versus the length of the podcast, weird algebra plus minus the number of people actually appearing on said podcast. So we're generally in like the three, if it's a longer movie, maybe 3.5, maybe 4 hour. If it's a super long movie, something like a Lawrence of Arabia, which is just dumb long, or Gone with the Wind, which is also stupidly long. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it was just we all decided to become like armchair psychologists with this particular movie, so we all had to put on like our Freudian hats or something. I don't know, but we were just going, and I didn't realize how long we had been going for until we were well into it. I'm like, holy crap.